Okay, so our course is Met-O2 or Meteorology Oceanography 2. Okay, so before we will proceed with the topic proper, which is the ocean currents, we need to review what is oceanography. Okay, oceanography is the scientific study and exploration of the oceans and their phenomena. It includes the study of their physical, chemical, and geological forms and biological features. It covers a wide range of topics such as geography, geology, plate tectonics, chemistry, physics, and biology, along with their many subdivisions such as sedimentation, ecology, bacteriology, biochemistry, hydrodynamics, acoustics, and optics. So regarding these topics, if you need to be an expert with this, you need a lot of different kind of instructors, no? Which deals with the oceanography. So hindi pwedeng marino, no? Regarding this subject. If you are going to take the whole oceanography, of course. So for us, we will only discuss what is related to our course. Okay, so this variety of topics represent different practice that oceanographers combine to develop knowledge of the world's ocean. So hindi lang nag-iisang oceanographer, no? It means there are different discipline or different practice or expertise, and they combine to develop the knowledge of the world's ocean. That's why for this, you need a science teacher, no? Pero kulang pa. But as I said, we will only study regarding what is related to our course. Okay, oceanography. The oceans cover 71% of the Earth's surface. But there is only one global ocean. So tandaan nyo, no? There is only one global ocean. Kasi magkakadikit-dikit sila eh. Kaya isa lang, no? And historically, there are four ocean basins: Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, and Arctic Ocean. So this is what you have learned in your elementary days. Okay, now we have the Southern Ocean. This is the newest ocean basin recognized by the U.S. Board of Geographic Names as the body of water extending from latitude 60 degrees south to the coast of Antarctica. However, not all countries agree on these proposed boundaries. But of course, for us, the mariners, we agree on this Southern Ocean because some of our regulations are already related to the Southern Ocean, which is the 60 degrees south extending to the coast of Antarctica. So I will not discuss, of course, regarding those regulations, especially in MARPOL. No? There are some regulations pertaining to this, no? 60 degrees south, which is considered as the Southern Ocean. So this is supposed to be the Antarctic Ocean. No? Okay, oceans of the world, or what we call the seven seas. Because the Pacific Ocean is divided into north and south, and also the Atlantic Ocean is divided into north and south. Okay, so here is an image of the oceans for us to know. No? So, of course, the largest is the Pacific Ocean, and then followed by the Atlantic, and then Indian, and then the Arctic and the Southern Ocean. Okay, some of the busiest seas for ships. So we have the Mediterranean Sea. Of course, there are some sea area that is inside the Mediterranean, like the Adriatic Sea, also the Ionian Sea, which I have not listed here. And then we have the Black Sea. This is a different area, but you need to pass the Mediterranean Sea before going to the Black Sea via the Istanbul, no, via Turkey. And then we have the Caribbean Sea and Gulf of Mexico. Of course, we have the South China Sea, which now we call West Philippine Sea. But of course, the West Philippine Sea is only national. So if we are talking international, the West Philippine Sea is not considered. So the name is still South China Sea. So in our reports, in our logbooks, we should write South China Sea. And then if you are going northward, then we have the East China Sea. And then another northern part is the Yellow Sea. We have also the Sea of Japan, Gulf of Thailand. Of course, Gulf of Thailand is a very memorable to mariners. So this is the only place that the going on board of girls is permitted, no? Or you are forced to permit. If you are the master, you are forced to permit. Kasi pag hindi, ay gagawan kanila ng problema, no? There is a story, puti siya, white master, and he prevented the coming of girls on board. So in the Gulf of Thailand, if you are loading like for example cement in the anchorage, so aakyat diyan yung mga mga kainan, no? Kainan at siyempre may mga babae kasama. So yan, hindi pwedeng pigilan ng kapitan. Once na pinigilan mo, as I said, yung master na yon, ginawa nila ng problema, no? So nag-ipit sila ng drugs doon sa barko, kaya yung barko ngayon ay na-detain. Saka hindi pa nakaka-anchor yung barko, ay umaakyat na sila, no? Mas magaling pa sila umakyat kaysa sa mga seaman. Pati yung mga may-ari ng tindahan ng matatanda, no? Umaakyat na sila, lubid lang ang inaakyatan, no? Or yung lubid na hagdan, yung Jacob's ladder. So you cannot prevent. Talo ang talo ang ISPS. Hindi mo magamit. Anyway, masaya naman, kain-kain ka doon sa parang karinderian nila, no? Pero hindi ko lang alam ngayon because today, siyempre, may COVID eh. So, probably, yung mismong authority doon ang nagbabawal. Pero noon, nung walang COVID, yun, hindi mapigilan ng authority din. Inaaway pa nila yung mga authorities. Okay, we have the Bay of Bengal, Baltic Sea. Of course, Baltic Sea is one of the busiest. North Sea also. There are a lot of vessels passing this area, going to the Baltic Sea, and also going to countries like the Netherlands, the UK, or the Germany, Denmark. And then we have the Bay of Biscay. Of course, this is the coast of France and some part of Spain. So this is called yung burial of ships. Yung libingan daw ng mga barko. Yung kasabihan lang naman yun. No? So there are a lot of vessels that sunk in this sea area, yung Bay of Biscay. So this is connected actually to the Atlantic Ocean. The range of tide there is yung mataas yan, no? More than 8 meters. That's why it also affects the movement of the sea. Then we have the Coral Sea in the Barrier Reefs or the Great Barrier Reefs in Australia. We have the Gulf of Guinea. You can find countries such as the Nigeria, Togo, and the others. No? And then Bering Sea. Bering Sea is in the Aleutian, no? Just above the Aleutian Islands sa may Alaska. No? And then we have the Gulf of Alaska, which is called also the Boreal of Lows. Doon pumupunta yung mga low pressure, bumabalik doon actually, and then doon nawawala. No? Then we have the Sea of Okhotsk. This is going to the Asian part of Russia, which is also there are a lot of vessels going there. No? So nakasubok na rin ako na biyahe diyan at yun nga lang matagal maghintay ng loading. Naabot kami diyan ng mahigit isang buwan, no? 1.5 months. So yun lang ang problema doon, maubos ang tubig. Tapos magyelo pa, no? Especially in winter. So yun ang problema. May maraming masira, mga tubo. So yun lang. Pero walang problema because you can you can buy internet outside. Mura ang internet dyan at saka you can buy through the agent. No? Kaya isa't kalahating buwan dyan, wala kayong ginagawa, kunting trabaho. Of course, maubos din ang trabaho eh. Gordya-gordya lang eh. At saka habang nag-gordya, nag-internet nga eh. So that is my experience there. I was third mate then. Second mate. I was second mate then. And then Red Sea. So this is going to the Suez Canal. So merong nangyari ngayon doon. There is a large container vessel that is have some trouble in passing, and it blocked the Suez Canal. No? So Suez Canal is the canal leading from the Mediterranean to the Red Sea. No? So hindi makadaan ng mga barko. There is a lot of problems there kasi doon kumikita yung Egypt. So ikaw ngayon nag-block ka doon, kawawa yung kumpanya mo, maubos ang pera. Kasi per day ang bayad doon. So kung ilang barko yung naka-schedule doon sa araw na yon, syempre marami yun. Yun, babayaran mo yun. Babayaran nung ano na yun. Hindi ko lang alam kung kaya sa insurance yun. So kung sa insurance yun, well, insurance ang malugi doon. No? Then the Gulf of Aden, one of the most dangerous areas because of the Somalian pirates. So if passing here, you need armed guard to be safe, no? Or you need to go with the convoy. Kaso nga lang, you go with the convoy. Yung una is a naval vessel, usually British or US Navy, no? And then the last one also is ganun din, naval vessel. However, in the middle, if you are in the middle, kahit may naval vessels doon, ay inaatake nila, ano, yung barko inaatake ng pirates, at especially at night time. Kasi kung daytime, syempre makikita ng naval vessel yung magpapadala ng patrol. But night time, hindi rin basta susugal yung naval vessels. Bigla na lang hihiwala yung barko, hindi na mahabol yun. Ibig sabihin, nakuha na ng pirates. So that is the problem in the Gulf of Aden. Ganon din sa Gulf of Guinea, no? The Nigerian pirates are rampant now. And I consider the Gulf of Kenya more dangerous kasi mainit ang dugo ng mga Nigerians. They are willing to kill. Hindi katulad ng Somalian, hangga't maaari hindi kanila gagalawin, alagaan ko pa nga yung mga hostage. So that is yung experience of others that is shared to us. And then we have the Gulf of Oman. So hanggang Arabian Sea nakakarating yung pirates. And then of course yung Persian Gulf, this is also one of the busiest. Philippine Sea, a lot of vessels are passing in this sea area. That's why I included the Philippine Sea. If you're coming from Japan or China going to Australia, then this is one of the passing lanes. If you are not going inside the Philippines. So depende kung you're going to the east coast of Australia, you will pass at the Philippine Sea. But if you are going to the west coast, then dito ka sa may Indonesia, so you will pass dito sa Palawan or sa Celebes Sea, Okay, and then we have the Gulf of St. Lawrence. So this is going to the Canada. Okay, so this is a map. So check nyo na lang pag nailagay ko na yung ating handout. So i-check nyo na lang yung mga sinabi kong lugar, like for example yung Philippine Sea. So dito, But if you're going to the west coast of Australia, so dito ka dadaan sa Mindoro, Palawan, papasok ka dyan. Or pwede ka rin sa labas dumaan, and then the Balabac Strait ba yun? And then going here, the Flores Sea. So dito may mga butas dyan, may mga daanan dyan. You can pass. So of course, Mediterranean, balang araw, makakadaan din kayo dyan. Black Sea, Baltic Sea, North Sea. And of course, yung Gulf of Mexico, dito ako unang nakakita ng water spout. At hindi ko matandaan kung tatlo o dalawa. We passed in the middle. So, nakakatuwa. Kaso nga lang, hindi pa usong cellphone noon. So, hindi ko na-picturean, But in the Bay of Bengal, na-picturean ko. May kaso nga lang, medyo ang bilis. Kasalubong kasi namin, biglang tumubo. Tapos, tumaas na siya. And then, yun, na-picturean ko pero medyo malayo. So, yung water spout is like a tornado, kaso nga lang, mahina lang yon. So, hindi kayang palubugin yung barko. Kaya lang kung merong mga hindi nakalasing doon sa barko, then it is possible na madala ng hangin. Saka yung tao, wag nandun ka, pwede ka madala. But if you go inside the vessel, wala, okay na, safe na. Just close the watertight doors. Okay, ocean currents. Okay, oceanic currents describe the movement of water from one location to another. Currents are generally measured in meters per second or in knots. Ocean currents are driven by wind, water density differences, and tides. Okay, oceanic currents are driven by three main factors. Wind, thermohaline circulation, the rise and fall of tides. Okay, so the three main factors causing ocean currents are the wind drive currents that are at or near the ocean surface. Near coastal areas, winds tend to drive currents on a localized scale and can result in phenomena like coastal upwelling. On a more global scale, in the open ocean, winds drive currents that circulate water for thousands of miles throughout the ocean basin. So malayo ang nararating. No? Just for example, the Gulf Stream. The Gulf Stream is connected to the North Atlantic Ocean current. And it is bringing warm water to the parts of Norway. It also affects climate, no? And sometimes the climate in Norway is warmer than that in New York. Kahit mas mababa yung New York, no? Because of this Gulf Stream. So the Gulf Stream originate in the Gulf of Mexico or the Caribbean, no? But normally it is in the Gulf of Mexico. That's why tawag doon Gulf Stream. So later we will study that. Okay, thermohaline circulation. This is a process driven by density differences in water due to temperature, which is thermo, and then salinity, which is haline. Variations in different parts of the ocean. Currents driven by thermohaline circulation occur at both deep and shallow ocean levels and move much slower than tidal or surface currents. So we will not study most of this thermohaline circulation. No? We will study, of course, the surface currents, which can help us in navigation. Okay, the rise and fall of the tides. Tides create a current in the oceans, which are strongest near the shore and in bays and estuaries along the coast. These are called tidal currents. Tidal currents change in a very regular pattern and can be predicted for future dates. In some locations, strong tidal currents can travel at speeds of 8 knots or more. Bilis, no? Normally, yung speed is only up to 2 knots. Mabilis na nga yun eh, no? So this is very strong, yung abot ng 8 knots na or more. Okay, currents affect the Earth's climate by driving warm water. This is what I have mentioned. No? Warm water from the equator and cold water from the poles around the Earth. The warm Gulf Stream, for instance, brings milder winter weather to Bergen, Norway than to New York, much farther south. Mas mababa, no? Mas mababa southward yung New York. Although mataas yung New York, siyempre, pero mas mataas yung Norway. But because of the Gulf Stream, siyempre hindi naman tinutumbok ng Gulf Stream yung New York, dadala ng mainit na tubig, which affects the climate in Norway. Okay, upwelling currents bring cold, nutrient-rich waters from the ocean bottom to the surface, supporting many of the most important fisheries and ecosystems in the world. These currents support the growth of phytoplankton and seaweed, which provide the energy base for consumers higher in food chain, including fish, marine mammals, and humans. So we will not study regarding this. This is only FYI for your information. Okay, the types of ocean currents, there are only two types, the surface current and deep currents. So we will normally we will study regarding surface currents because this is the one affecting us, no? Because you are also future seafarers. So this is the one will be affecting your vessels or your ships. That's why it is also important for us to learn, no? And some of these currents that we will study are part of your examinations for the OIC, no? Dati, madaming binigay regarding ocean currents. So, minaster ko ito noon. Pero siyempre ngayon may mga nakalimutan na ako. So, on that time, dahil maraming ang lumabas doon sa previous exams, minaster ko, no? Pero pag nung nag-exam na ako, there are only four questions regarding ocean currents. At least, na-perfect ko yung 4. Pero dati ang dami. There are some 20 questions, no? So sikat na sikat yung ocean currents regarding about the exams. So paswertihan din kung kailan nila ilalagay yung kung kailan mapipili, no? Especially today computerized na. So random. But it is still important for you to learn regarding the ocean currents. And para makabisado nyo ito, okay, you get a copy of my handout which I will upload later. And then when you go on board, kung saan kayo mapunta na lugar, akyat kayo sa bridge, tingnan nyo sa chart, no, kung ano yung currents na madaanan nyo. So that way, para kayong naglalaro lang pero matandaan nyo, you will memorize all of those currents. No? Okay, surface currents. This is surface circulation affected by the wind. So this is primarily horizontal motion. Hindi pa baba, hindi pa akyat, no? So this is wind driven, as I mentioned, and then warm and cold current. And then one of the characteristics is faster movement. And then it is about 10% of the total ocean water. And then deep currents, we will not study regarding this. This is thermohaline circulation. So yung thermohaline, which is yung affected by the heat of the sun and also the changes in densities of water. So driven by differences in density caused by differences in temperature and salinity. So this is normally vertical and horizontal motion. So pababa siya, no? So it is not this one is not affecting vessels. Siguro yung submarine, I do not know, but I'm not sure, no? And then this is normally called current, slow movement, and about 90% of the total ocean water. So sa ilalim, no? Okay, characteristics of the surface ocean currents: transfer heat from warmer to cooler areas. And then similar to pattern of major wind belts. So ganun din yung circulation ng hangin. It is also the same as that of the ocean currents kasi nga wind driven. And tandaan nyo, no, the direction of current is the direction towards it is going, no? Hindi yung hangin naman, if you remember in our other subjects, yung hangin, swell, o kaya yung sea, which is a description of the sea. So hindi yung sea na yung dagat, yung sea, which is the description of the sea, which is we use in our logbook. So that is also the same as wind. The direction is from where it is coming from. So ito lang ang kabaliktad, yung ocean, yung currents. So this one is affect coastal climates. Katulad yung sinabi ko nga, no, that is the most prominent current, which is the Gulf Stream. The Gulf Stream continues to the North Atlantic Ocean current, and this one brings warmer water to the coast of Virgin Norway. That's why it brings warmer, or it creates warmer climate for that area. Pero malayong mataas yun kaysa sa New York, no? It is warmer than that in New York. Malamig pa rin, pero hindi na siya kasing lamig ng ini-expect natin because of high latitude. Nasa high latitude siya, no? And then the deep ocean currents, this one provide oxygen to deep sea. So ocean currents, accuracy of data on ocean current is largely dependent on observations by merchant shipping reported to meteorological offices. So, but now there are floats. There are floats that is left floating on the oceans, no, and then this one is transmitting information or data to shore stations. That is to observe the ocean current or the ocean itself, no. And then ocean currents are important both for their effect on vessels directly and their transport of water of different characteristics, which affects air above the surface. Two main causes of ocean currents can be identified: wind stress and surface gradient. And then these effects are further modified by shallow water and land masses. So yung ocean currents, which is traveling for thousands of miles, syempre it is affected by the shallow water and land masses. Na kung may mababangga siya na land mass, it will change direction also. That is the effect, no, of the shallow water and the land masses. Okay, so we have the warm currents. This is the one bringing warmer water to the cooler areas, no? So this is actually moving poleward. Ibig sabihin, papuntang North Pole or South Pole, no? So poleward siya, no? So this is the most prominent one, yung Gulf Stream, which is located, maybe I will show you a map. Wait. Okay, so the Gulf Stream, so dito siya, no? This is called the Gulf Stream. So this is the Gulf Stream. This is the Gulf of Mexico. Actually, this is coming also here, no? This Gulf, palabas, and then also this one, because there is a circulation which we will study also. One of the topics of our subject. There is a circulation of currents. So paikot siya. This is clockwise in the northern hemisphere and counterclockwise in the southern hemisphere. But later we will discuss that one kasi ibang topic yun. So this is your Gulf Stream, and then it goes through the coast of the US, and then it will continue up to the North Atlantic Drift. So it will continue with the North Atlantic Drift, no? So the warm water is already carried, no, galing dito sa Gulf of Mexico. And then it will go up until this part of Norway, no? Kaya apektado yung coast of Norway, which is good for them because it will bring warmer climate, or it will create warmer climate on that area. So syempre pag may mainit lang ng konti doon, they are very happy about that, no? Because I've been in those high places, not in Norway but in Estonia, no? So in Estonia, we go to the beach, and pag may, kasi summer, that time summer, no, doon sa beach maraming tao naliligo kahit malamig, no? Ako ginaw na ginaw sila, naka bathing suit pa yung iba, no? So sanay na sanay sila doon sa lamig. So kung konting init lang, they are very happy about that, and they can go to the beach for that one, no? Doon sila natutulog, nagka-camp, although hindi na pwede ngayon yan because of the COVID. Okay, and then we have the Kuroshio Brazil current. Okay, wait, we will study the Kuroshio. Okay, anyway, next time ko na lang ipakita yung Kuroshio, no? The Kuroshio is in Japan, as the word itself, mukhang Japanese, no? So Kuroshio is in Japan, and then we have the Brazilian current or the Brazil current, no? The same as Brazilian current, no? So this is along the coast of Brazil, and the direction of course is poleward. So ibig sabihin pababa siya along the coast of Brazil. We have also the Mozambique current. So along the coast of Mozambique in Africa. No? So this is the one of the, I think one of the safest place in Africa, Mozambique. No? I've been there. Lumabas kami doon. Okay, may mga Pilipina din doon. Ano? Actually, one of the Filipinas there, bago lang, no? Teacher ng aking bunso in elementary. Nag-abroad siya doon, nagtuturo siya doon sa mga, ano doon, yung mga mayayaman doon na bata, no? Mozambique. So the Mozambique current flows forward. So ibig sabihin pababa siya, no? Along the coast of Mozambique. And then we have the Agulhas current. So this is also along the coast of Africa. And then we have the East Australian current. So if we go again to that chart or map. Okay, so nakita mo dito, no? The Mozambique current is maliit lang siya dito siya in between, no? So this is actually the Agulhas current. Napakalakas nito, no? But not as strong as those more than 8 knots na, hindi naman. And then yung Mozambique is in between Madagascar and Mozambique. So nandito Mozambique eh. And then ito yung Madagascar. And then the East Australian current. Hindi ko may pakita, no? Kulang yung aking chart. Okay, next. The principal called currents. Flow equatorwards. So these are the cold currents, no? From the northern part, it is flowing papuntang equator, no? Equatorwards. So this is the most famous, yung Labrador current. And then we have the East Greenland current. And we have the California current. The California, of course, this is flowing along the coast of California. And in between California current and the coast, there is a counter current going upwards. That is a very popular current also for vessels, no? Kasi iiwas ka doon sa, let's say you are going upwards, going to Canada, no? Along the coast of the US or the California, no? You must not meet the California current kasi papuntang equator yan, makakasalubong mo. Of course, it will reduce your speed. So, the better area is going in between the California current and the coast. So medyo bumaybay ka ng konti sa coast para itulak ka naman nung counter current. And then we have the Kamchatka current. So here in that Kamchatka island, no, near the most eastern part of Russia. And then we have the Oyashiyu. The Oyashiyu is in Japan also. Okay, Falkland current is of course along the coast of Argentina, yung or the in between the Falkland Island and the coast of Argentina. Kaya ang tawag sa kanya ay Falkland. So it is going northward, papuntang equator din. And then we have the Peru current along the coast of Peru. So this is going to the equator also. And then we have the Benguela current along the coast of Africa, no, yung southern part of the west, southern part and west coast of Africa, which let's try to study here. So dito yung Benguela current, no? You can see this one. Pwede ko sa palakihin. So this is your Benguela current. And the Falkland current is this one. Kung nakita nyo itong blue. So So this is the Benguela, Falkland Current along Argentina. And then, hindi kita rin yung California Current to. So, hindi kita yung iba. Anyway, later on, I will provide a map that you can see all of them. No? Malaki kasi itong aking map dito na hindi ko mapicturan eh. That is coming from the ocean passages for the world. No? So, sinerox ko yun nung kadete pa ako. Hanggang ngayon, nandito pa sa akin. No? Okay, so the Labrador Current dito. No? Okay, this one, no, yung this blue one. This is your Labrador Current. Kaya yung, di ba meron tayong nawawala dun sa may Bermuda Triangle, mga nawawalang, nawawalang barko, no? So, maraming beses na kaming dumaan dun eh. But our vessel is a capesize. No? Kaya, ewan ko if there is an effect, no? Sabi nila merong it is not an accurate story, no? Nagsasalubong yung Gulf Stream going here, Labrador going here, and then the equatorial current which is going here, no? So this one produces an eddy or a yung paikot, no? Eddy current. So siyempre pag malaki yung eddy current, that is whirlpool, no? So maaari daw nakakain ng whirlpool yung barko. So that is only a parang haka-haka, no? That is not a correct story. We do not know really kung ano nangyari sa mga barko na nandoon, no? So hindi lang naman dyan. Mas maraming lumubog dito sa Bay of Biscay. Dito. Napakaliit na lugar to. Kumpara dyan. So dito mas maraming nalubog na barko because kaya nga tinawag siya na burial of ships. Okay, next is the principal neutral currents or the neutral currents, no, which flow latitudinally. So along the latitude, no. So these are the north and south equatorial currents, the equatorial counter current. Kasi in between the north and south equatorial current, merong equatorial counter current. So the north and south equatorial current flows westward. Westward siya, no? Because it is a clockwise cycle in the northern hemisphere and counterclockwise cycle in the southern hemisphere. Kaya westward siya. It is flowing westward. And then in between that one, there is a so-called equatorial countercurrent which is flowing eastward naman, no? Going to the coast of Africa, and the other one is going to the coast of the Americas. And then we have the Aleutian current. This is inside the Bering Sea, no? Yung Aleutian current, which is also latitudinally. And then we have the Southern Ocean Drift. Now, kung napanood nyo yung yung cartoon noon, Ocean Drift, no? So Southern Ocean Drift. So this is the Southern Ocean Drift, yung West Wind Drift. This is flowing, paikot siya ng Antarctica, along the coast of Antarctic. Okay, by the way, we will have an activity which I will put again as good for 1 week, na para makapag-prepare kayo. Write an essay about the video motion in the ocean. So ilalagay ko na lang sa LMS to, just wait for it. Pag nilagay ko doon, and then after 1 week, you need to pass it. So wala nang wala nang because we are going to the finals. Pag sinabing 1 week, 1 week, no? Pag hindi kayo nag-pass, then I will not accept anymore. Okay, gentlemen, thank you for listening. See you next week.